Book of Heaven, Volume 2, August 15th, 1899. Charity orders all virtues. The Virgin Mary assumed into heaven. The Hail Mary together with Jesus. This morning my most sweet Jesus came all festive, carrying a bundle of lovely flowers in his hands, and placing himself in my heart. Now he would surround his head with those flowers. Now he would hold them in his hands, amusing and delighting all of himself. While he was making feast with these flowers, as if he had made a great gain, he turned to me and told me,
"My beloved, this morning I have come to place all virtues in order in your heart. The other virtues can remain separate from one another, but charity binds and orders everything. Here's what I want to do in you, to order charity."
I said to him, "My sole and only good, how can you do this since I am so bad and full of defects and imperfections? If charity is order, aren't these defects and sins a disorder that keeps my soul all messy and upside down? And Jesus,
I will purify everything, and charity will put everything in order. And besides, when I let a soul participate in the pains of my passion, there cannot be grave sins. At most, some involuntary venial defects, but my love, being fire, will consume everything that is imperfect in your soul."
So it seemed that Jesus purified me and ordered me completely. Then he poured as though a rivulet of honey from his heart into mine, and with that honey he watered my whole interior in such a way that everything that was in me remained ordered, united, and with the imprint of charity. After this, I felt myself going out of myself into the vault of the heavens, together with my loving Jesus. It seemed that everything was in feast. Heaven, earth, and purgatory, all were inundated with a new joy and jubilation. Many souls were going out of purgatory and, like bolts of lightning, reached heaven in order to be present at the feast of our Queen Mama. I too pushed myself through that immense crowd of people, that is, angels, saints, and souls from purgatory, which already occupied that new heaven. It was so immense that the heavens that we see, compared to that one, seemed a little hole to me. More so, since I had the obedience from the confessor. But as I went about looking, I could see nothing but a most luminous sun spreading its rays, which penetrated through the whole of me in such a way as to make me become like crystal. So much so that my little spots appeared very clearly, as well as the infinite distance that exists between creator and creature. More so, since each one of those rays had its imprint. Some delineated the sanctity of God, some the purity, some the power, some the wisdom, and all the other virtues and attributes of God. So the soul, in seeing her nothingness, her miseries, and her poverty, would feel annihilated, and instead of looking, she would fall prostrate, her face to the ground, in front of that eternal sun before which no one can stand. But what's more, in order to see the feast of our Queen Mama, one had to look inside that sun. So much did the Most Holy Virgin appear immersed in God. In fact, in looking from other points, one could see nothing. Now, while I was in this state of annihilation before that divine sun, baby Jesus, being held in the arms of the Queen Mama, told me,
"Our Mama is in heaven. To you I give the office of acting as my Mama on earth. And since my life is continuously subject to scorns, to poverty, to pains, to the abandonment of men, and my Mama, while being on earth, was my faithful companion in all these pains. Not only this, but she tried to relieve me in everything, as much as her strengths were capable of. You too, acting as my mother, will keep me faithful company in all my pains, suffering in my place as much as you can. And where you cannot reach, you will try to give me at least a refreshment. Know, however, that I want you all intent on me. I will be jealous even of your breath, if you do not do it for me. And when I see that you are not all intent on contenting me, I will give you no peace and no rest."
After this, I began to act as his mama, but oh, how much attention was needed to make him content. To see him content, one could not even take a glance at any place else. Now he wanted to sleep, now he wanted to drink, now he wanted to be cheered with caresses, and I had to be ready for everything he wanted. Now he would say,
My mama, my head is hurting. Oh, please relieve me.
and immediately I would check his head, and finding some thorns, I would remove them, and placing my arm beneath his head, I would make him rest. While I would do so that he might rest, all of a sudden he would get up and say,
I feel a weight and a suffering at my heart, to the point that I feel myself dying. Take a look at what is in there.
and observing the interior of his heart, I found all the instruments of the Passion. I removed them one by one, and I placed them in my heart. Then, seeing him relieved, I began to caress him and kiss him, and I said to him, My sole and only treasure, you didn't even let me watch the feast of our Queen Mother, or listen to the first canticles that the angels and the saints sang upon her entrance into paradise. And Jesus,
The first canticle that they sang to my mama was the Hail Mary, because in the Hail Mary there are the most beautiful praises, the greatest honors, and the joy which she felt in being made Mother of God is renewed. Therefore, let us recite it together to honor her, and when you yourself come to paradise, I will let you find it as if you had recited it together with the angels for the first time in heaven.
So we recited the first part of the Hail Mary, Jesus and I together. Oh, how tender and touching it was to hail our most holy Mama together with her beloved Son. Each word he said carried an immense light in which one could comprehend many things about the Most Holy Virgin. But who can say them all? Especially because of my incapacity. Therefore, I let them pass in silence. Thank you for being a part of our community here at Divine Will app. If you enjoy listening to Jesus' lessons on how to live in the divine will, please give this video a thumbs up. Your likes help us reach more souls yearning to live in the kingdom of the divine will. We'd love to hear your thoughts and reflections, so drop a comment below. Your insights not only enrich our community, but also inspire others on their spiritual journey. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. By joining us, you're helping to spread the news of the kingdom of the divine will, so that together we can bring His kingdom to reign on earth as it is in heaven. In the divine will, always.